side, stretch it, or any little rotation that you need. All right, next one is a little bit of arm work and trying to get lots of belly work. So this one, I need you, we're all key on our knees, on your knees facing the bar. You guys, I want it to be on a medium light spring. So mine's on a red and a blue. Allison, you guys maybe try a red and a yellow. And then Jill, I think I want you on two springs. All right, so this first, let me see if I can change my camera. So the first part of the exercise, I need you guys to keep your hips backwards a little bit, the arms straight, and you're gonna push the hips back and forth. As long as you can get it moving, then you can take your spring up a little bit if you want to. When you have the light spring, remember it's working on your control, heavier is working on the power. So you're sitting back, your hips are past your knees a little bit, and then when you go back and forth, I'm not looking for a push-up, I'm looking for that the hips are skewered, they don't get to move, and the legs have to work underneath you. Back is pretty straight. Yep. Okay. You got it? This one shouldn't be hard just yet, but put more spring on if you need a little bit more spring. The second one, I'm going to change your back, and then we're going to get to your abs. So this first one, we were in a flat back. Now I want you to curl your spine, curl your head, and do the same thing. But you don't get to go backwards so much that you uncurl it, right? So the back doesn't get to move. Keep your C curve, and then just pump it back and forth a few times so you can keep that tuck underneath you. This one should be hard to keep it. Yeah, I feel a little bit of quads. I feel lots of the tailbone tuck. I don't feel a lot of arms just yet. You guys okay on your wrists?
Yeah.
All right. The next one's a little hard. If you can do it with this light spring, then we've only got 1 or 2 sets. You might have to make the spring heavier. Now I'm going to put some weight in my toes. Ladies, it does not matter to me whether your feet are down or up. I just need you to see if you can lift your knees and not move the carriage. I only want them up 2 inches. So see if you can just barely lift and lower the legs. If you can't lift without moving the carriage, then you need to put some more spring on. Yeah, the 2-inch lift is the exercise. So 2 up and right back down. So fix your feet wherever you need to. And then ladies, the more you lean forward on your arms, the easier it is. So keep the hips backwards and see if you can get any amount of lift. Nice job. You got it, Allison? Better, Emery? Nice job. 2-inch lift. You got to figure out where to lift from, right? It should be some belly work to lift, but you got to figure out how the pressure in the feet and everything else works. All right, 1 set. We're done with that one. Nice job. All right, last one here is just a stretch. I want you to walk your knees forward just a little bit so your feet can stay nice and long, and then do your child's pose. So hands are going to go on top of the bar. If the carriage moves a little bit, that's okay. If it's a little stuck, that's also okay. You can either push it out or just put your hands on top of the bar and just sit back and stretch for a moment. Nice job. That's not my notes. Where are my notes? What was next? All right, and then bring yourself right back up. All right, you guys, next one we're gonna do swan on the box. Let me see if we can lay on the box. So now I want your box long ways. I want you to keep your low bar up. And this one's still a pretty light spring. All right, so because you guys' box are smaller, we'll see how comfortable it is. All right, so you're on your box, you're facing the foot bar, and you're on your tongue. All right, so I'm gonna keep myself on a red. Joe, maybe just 1 spring, and then Allison and Emery, you guys choose a red or probably the green because I want it to be fairly light. So this one you're gonna push yourself out, and now you've got your little swan, your chest lift, your cobra. So shoulders stay down. You're gonna press yourself up and down. It should be pretty easy to come in and out. Elbows are straight the whole time. Sweep yourself up and sweep yourself down. There you go. Easy to glide yourself back in. Now you guys, if you can get higher, then I need you to scoot forward on your box. So yours is pretty short. Yours okay? You guys, does the box hurt anywhere? Does it hurt the thighs? Or are you guys okay so far? Yeah. you guys all have different size boxes or also different size reformers. Like, how it fits on there. All right, the second part, if your back is up for it, then I want you to try and do a single arm. So, Joe, be careful when you do this one. Make sure the spring is pretty light. Put your hands pretty close. Put your hands pretty close together. You're gonna push yourself out, and then one arm goes up, and then press it right back down, and then same thing on the other side. Again, the spring needs to be just heavy enough that it can get you up, but it's not heavy. Yep. And stretch. There you go. Nice. And then out and up, listen, perfect. Up and re perfect. Nice job. And you guys are just going up high enough that you're not getting a rotation. Don't go too far with it. Up and down. Should be pretty easy. This is our calm brace from our bar class. All right, and then bend your elbows and come right back in. Wonderful. All right, now I've got some lower body stuff. So you're going to shimmy forward so you can rest yourself on the bar. So arms on the bar, chest on the bar, whatever you can reach on the bar. Just kind of relax it a little bit. And now we've got some lower body stuff. So keep the forehead down, and then a little bit of single leg up and down. So let me see how you're. Jill, is that too much space in between your rib cage and the nothing? Or are you okay? You're decent.
It's okay.
Yeah, it's all right. All right, couple single leg, a couple double leg if you're up for it.
Did Judy's friend come to bar?
Yeah. She did. It was so much fun. She's gonna text me in a little bit that she can't walk. It's gonna be so much fun. Allison, she's your age. Well, maybe a year or two older. Just enough words. All right, so single leg, double leg, a couple flutter kicks and bun burners. Oh, Jill, I have such a good time kicking the young girls' butts.
Allison scoped her out for conditioning class.
Oh yeah. Yeah, well, when Pilates is kicking her butt, tell her make the conditioning for just a little bit, because she's gonna be devastated if she can't do like squats. I'm like, let me get her core a little stronger, so then she can also work on her quads that she has forgotten to use for a while.
I do the second conditioning class though.
You like, yeah, don't you think?
Yeah, we should try the second one going again.
Okay, well, we'll try. I got some new blood coming, so we'll see if we can get some more going. All right, you guys, so now we're done with the box. So swivel off, come up to standing, and then I need you to fold forward anywhere you can. So if your box is too low, then grab your bar or just hold it forward for a minute and stretch yourself over. I know, second conditioning, the second barrel was almost gonna be fun too.
Oh, I forgot about the second barrel.
Yeah. Right.
All right, and now I want your hamstrings to stretch. So bring yourself back up, put your leg on either your box or your bar or whatever you got. Hold yourself forward for a minute. Stretch up the hammy. Emery, did your reformer come with a jump board?
Yes.
Okay.
Ooh.
Yeah, and I think Jill's did too, so I might be able to jump a little bit too. So we'll talk about that. All right, change sides. And then Jill, will you tell me how much lower your box is than your bar? Is it a little bit lower or is it kind of right the same angle? Just a touch? Yeah, just a touch. Okay. And Marie, is yours about the same height? Your box to your bar? Yeah.
Just so I'll bet ours are the same size. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it is. Okay. All right. So once you're done with your hamstring stretch, you guys, now I want your box. Oh no, I don't want your box. You're gonna lay on it the other way. So Joe, let's see if this box is big enough. Put the box all the way down, and now we're gonna do our extension work with the power. We just did our extension. So now I want it on a fairly light spring. So Jill, start with one. Ladies, you guys choose a red or a green. And then face the other way on your box. This one, you guys, we're going to work on the triceps and the back extension with the springs. So girls are kind of hanging off the box a little bit. So bring yourself forward, put yourself where you're comfortable. Jillian, I'm not sure if you can go too far forward. So ladies, the first exercise, oh yeah, you guys can look before you need to. The first exercise is the arms, and then the second one, we're gonna stay up there and then do our triceps, so just bend and straight. Yeah, I'm gonna work on the arms for a little bit. So choke up on your springs, Allison. You guys choke up, choke up, choke up, yeah. I need the arms almost extended in front of you, holding onto the rope, and then get yourself to lift. So the first one, the arms are straight, and the back goes up and down. And then the second one, everyone should choke up on the strings. So all the way to the not plastic. Yeah, there you go. And you see, even if you choke up higher, you get more range of motion.
Yeah.
Good. Better, Jill? Did you go to 2? Yeah. So your 1 is pretty light. Okay. And then, Allison, what did you choose? Did you choose a green or a red?
No, the green, I think I probably would have gone to red though.
Red? Yep. And Emery, which one did you choose?
I have a red. It's maybe I can like the red and yellow, and then pink.
All right, first one is straight arms and a little bit of back to lift. Second one is bend the elbow and then tricep press. So bend and straighten, just keep the chest up a little bit. There you go. Yep, there you go. Wonderful. All right, if the arms aren't toasted and you want one more, the last one is an angel. Just one more set. So you're gonna stay up a little bit, keep the hands out, and then a small little sweep back and forth. So again, choke up, sweep it, and then your back can either stay up, you guys, or you can kind of lower it a little bit if you need to. One more set of angels. Wonderful. Is that one okay? Use your exhale to get up there. Once you've had enough, you guys put your straps on your pegs and then just fold for a moment and stay and stretch your back on your box. All right, you can hang on your box, shake it out. We already did the lower body work, so we're done here. All right, so now we're gonna try a few roll-ups on your box. So you guys dismount your box, be careful as you mount the floor. If you need a quick forward stretch on the box or what have you, or some water, go for it. And then now I want you to put a few extra springs on since we're not moving the carriage. And we're gonna put your feet underneath the safety strap, so the guide for the feet. So we did a little bit of a short box last time, we're gonna do our feet long this time. So grab your strappy guide, put your feet underneath. And then we're sitting facing foot bar. You got it. All right, so it doesn't really matter to me where you sit on the box. It matters to me where it hits you on your shoulder blades. So when we eventually, so not yet, but when we eventually get down, I want you to lay where you're about to be able to let your head go off before you come back up. Because my box is pretty long, so I can sit kind of back a little bit. If your box is pretty short, then you're gonna sit on the edge a little bit more. So the first exercise is just I got 3 tiers for you. So the first one is just the pelvis going backwards and forward just a little bit. The second one, we're gonna try and get the shoulder blades to hit the floor. Your strap is holding you if you need some help. And then the third one, if you're up for a little bit more, is kind of like your barrel guy as we do the big one. And then P.S. we don't need a second barrel when we do box work. Oh, look at that. Good job. So just warm up the back however you feel you're ready for it. First tier a little bit, second tier a little bit, and then if you're up for the third one, so your strap's looking pretty good. You got it, Emery. The third one, if you're up for it, make sure it hits you kind of at the shoulder blades, and then the head can go backwards a little bit if you'd like, and then roll it right back up. There you go, Emery. Be careful, Jill, and then right back up. Nice. If you go back far enough, the headrest should be right there, that maybe your head would touch it and give a little bit of stretch before it comes right back up. But again, you guys don't go too fast. Make sure you're taking your time and then right back up. You got it. And then the next little piece of it, once you get backwards, make sure you do a little undo of your circle. So ladies, you're going to Watch him right before you go. So backwards, arms come up and over. They're gonna circle, and then they're gonna help you do your little teaser part on the way back up. Yeah. They will help you get up if you can open them, and then sweep it right back up, Jill. Perfect. All right, just one or two more, you guys. Out and back and stretch, and then right back up. Beautiful job. And out and back and stretch. All right, once you've had enough, you guys undo your safety, and then crisscross your ankle on top and fold yourself forward. Relax your shoulders and your neck. Jill, that Jill, that looked like it worked on your little your box. That was pretty good. Nice. All right, hip is gonna stretch for a moment. Any little wiggles that you need, and then shake it out. Very nice. So my girlfriend, her little girl just turned 14. She's in the 9th grade, and she calls and she's like, "Did Elsie go to homecoming twice this year?" I'm like, "She goes to all the dances." "Did she wear the same dress?" "Oh, no." "Does she wear one dress more than once?" "No." So she's like, "Where do you guys get your dress budget from?" And I was like, "Oh, she buys them online. We've only got burned twice. She buys them online. She buys them super cheap, and then she sells them when she's done, so she can buy the next dress." I was like, she figured out how to make it happen. And then she wears the same shoe every time, unless Granny says, "You need pink shoes, and I'll buy them for you." So this is what this last dress was. It was super cute. All right, you guys, lose your box. But it was funny. She was like, "Where do you get your dress?" I'm like, "Not from the mall." She gets it from the $20 store online. I was like, "Oh, that's so funny." Now we don't have a dress budget. All right, you guys, once you're done with that one, I need some pelvic lifts next. So let's get a little bit more leg. So put your low bar back up. Okay, here's the deal. 2 reds is classical. I need it to be a little bit light resistance. The lighter, the harder it is in the hamstrings. So once you get going, if it's crampy or if it's too light, then we'll put some more on. So start with probably 2 springs, Jill, and maybe your green and your red for you guys. And we'll start with that spot. All right, on your back, no headrest, pelvic lift. All right, so not wide with your feet. Can you guys? I lay down and then you're like, "I can't see this." Okay. So, hands down by your side. Don't move the carriage, and a few pelvic lifts. So if you're moving the carriage already, then your spring is not heavy enough. If you're not moving it at all, you can make it a little harder by lightening your spring if you like. All right, a few pelvic lifts. Get through the lower back. And remember, the height is not the important part. Tuck the ribs. And then the classical part, you guys, is toes on the bar. If it's too crampy, put the arches on. And if it's a little bit still too hard, then scoot the feet up a little bit farther. But arches or toes are a good choice. Just don't slide off. All right, now stay in your pelvic lift. Roll yourself up. Now push your carriage in and out. So you're just going to press yourself in and out, 8 to 10. Stay up, and then push in and out. So then my friend tells me, we go to the mall, and she's like, "Oh, I found a dress, Mom, come look." She's in the dressing room, and she says, I go in, and she's out in a little area with the mirrors and stuff. She's like at Macy's, and the mom's like, "Get back in there. What are you wearing?" And she's like, "I love it, this lime green." And she's like, "It looks like it's from Frederick's." And she's like, "The whole thing is see-through. Get back in the dressing room and take it off." And she's like, "But it's my dress. I love it." The mom's like, "Oh my gosh, I love it." Now your next one's in first position. So same idea. Toes or arches. Stay in your pelvic lift. So you got your pelvic lifts first, and then see if you can do a couple press outs. Yep. She was like, "The only thing covered were the nipples. Like, did you look in the mirror?" It was cute. She was like, "I just hope we can find something that we both agree on."
Yeah, I think like back in my day, like the most risque you could get was if it was a strapless dress.
Spaghetti or strapless, yeah. And they're like,
all that fabric and poofy and yeah. Like,
isn't it fun? And yeah, these days they're like, I mean, we're less sensitive to, I mean, I don't even have to leave anything to imagination or nothing. I can just see through it. I can see through. I'm like, ah. All right, once you've done a few press outs, you guys back to parallel. So now I've got a little bit more shifting stuff for you. So do less if you need to, or go back to this double leg if you need. Once you're done, I want you to go back to parallel, legs pretty close together. And now we're gonna march first, and then we're probably gonna death march next. So in your pelvic lift, you're gonna stay up. You guys keep on. Joe, when you're ready, I'm gonna stay lifted, and then just find a few little marches first. So carriage doesn't move for the first one, and then we'll move it for the second. Yeah. Pelvic lift, marching, no movement, no movement. And then the second round, I want you to see if you can move it. So stay in your pelvic lift and see if you can get any amount of movement as you do your march. You can keep it short, or you can go all the way if you're ready for a little bit more, and stretch the knee at the bottom. The second one is a death marching. No. You got it. Mm-hmm. Wonderful. All right, 2 to 10. March it a little bit more. No movement, some movement, put it back down. And then I've got one more thing for you. Okay. The last thing I want you to do is a calf raise. So you guys are back to toes on the bar, and I want, in your pelvic lift, I want both heels to go up and down. So as you are up, don't move the carriage. See if you can disconnect the ankles and get the heels to move back and forth. It's gonna make the hamstrings work a little bit more. You got it. All right, a few more there, and then pull both knees in toward your chest, give yourself a hug, and round it through. Beautiful job. All right, stay there and breathe, wiggle the feet. All right, so now I need a hamstring stretch. So while you're on your back, you can either just straighten your leg, you can grab the strap and hook it up if you want to. If your circle is closed, you can use that one. Otherwise, just get that hamstring to stretch for a moment while you're there, and then we'll do the calf stretch. Let's see if the spring is heavy enough for it. All right, hamstring for a little bit. Either change sides or stay and stretch a little bit longer. And then you guys, I do want a calf stretch before we come back up too. If your spring's not heavy enough to help you with your calf, then we'll put a little bit more spring on. You guys can put your toes on the bar and push yourself out. And then drop your heels, yeah? If you guys are dropping both heels at the same time, it might not be enough spring, so bend one knee. And if that's enough stretch, then stay there. All right, use your strap, use the bar, hang out and stretch for a little bit longer. All right, we'll do a little bit more belly work here. Good. All right, so I'll give you a